Ja, halli und hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück hier auf meinem Kanal. Ich bin der Chris von iAmCourgan und ich begrüße euch recht herzlich hier zurück zu Call of Cthulhu. Jawohl, so die Facecam, die baller ich direkt jetzt mal frontal hier wieder mit rein. So, klatsch, und da bin ich auch schon. Hallo, ich grüße euch. Ja, da sind hier merkwürdige Dinge passiert, glaube ich, ne? Hier vor kurzem, als der arme Doktor, ne, wie ist hier ein Doktor, dieser Sanders hier, ne, durch die Luft geflogen und tot umgefallen ist. Wir sind immer noch in dieser Anstalt und sollen hier irgendwie flüchten. Allerdings neige ich ja dazu, mal eben schnell so ein bisschen zu durchsuchen. Ja, wobei das sehr gut sein kann, dass ich sowieso schon ein paar Hinweise übersehen habe. Was ein merkwürdiges Behandlungszimmer. So, da sind wir reingekommen. So, ich denke zwar, dass wir hier alle Zeit der Welt haben, trotzdem würde ich hier gerne langsam auch entfleuchen.
Damn! The gas!
Es ist überall.
Oh, my head.
Later. We need to move on.
Alles klärchen, ne? Kapitel 6, die Villa der Hawkins. Okay, Pierce erwacht in einer Anstalt im Keller des Riverside Instituts. Ja, das wissen wir waren ja da, ne? Dort traf er auf Dr. Courgan, eine Freundin von Bradley, die ihm zur Flucht verhalf. Nee, eigentlich nicht. In irgendeiner Form? Hat die geholfen? War die hilfreich? Okay, die hat die Tür aufgemacht. Ganz am Anfang. Der streift den Ort, an dem Dr. Fuller uneingeschränkt herrscht und konnte mit einem Mann namens Francis Sanders sprechen, bevor er vor den Augen des Detektivs starb. Ja, das haben wir gesehen, ne? Beschuldigte er Sarah Hawkins als Grund für seine Qualen. Schließlich verließ Pierce gemeinsam mit Bradley und Courgan das verfluchte Gebäude. Die drei Verbündeten beschließen, in der Villa der Hawkins Unterschlupf zu suchen. Okay, vielleicht wird die Frau Courgan, vielleicht wird die ja noch interessant. Ne, oder in irgendeiner Form hilfreich. Ich bin tatsächlich noch so ein bisschen, ich komme gerade nicht mit Bradley klar. Ne, Kuckuck.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
Ich glaube, die hatten hier nichts Brauchbares, mein Freund. So, ich klatsche mich mal wieder hier mit dazu. Ach, da unten sitzen sie. Nee, auf einmal. Ne, sind alle Fenster frei. Hier ist alles aufgeräumt.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Erstmal hier zu dir. Warum lebst du?
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us, what happened?
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
It seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Genau, von was anderem reden hilft meistens. Wir können allerdings auch 2 Zimmer weitergehen. Der Geheimgang muss ja noch da sein. Ich meine ja nur.
I heard you talking earlier.
Why am I not surprised?
I get the impression you two don't get along.
Intrusive and not very clever. Anyway, let's get back to the business at hand.
Da kann ich nicht draufdrücken. Da steht Medizinkunde Profi.
Given the energy he pours into Riverside, I presume it was Fuller's creation.
His father's, to be correct. He was a surgeon on board the Scylla. He founded the hospital in 1904 with funds from the Hawkins family before he died and his son Thomas Fuller took over.
2 families inextricably linked.
Most island families are that way. Captain Fitzroy's father was also a seaman aboard the Scylla.
Powerful families dominating everything.
Yes, and as you could tell, Dr. Fuller is like some crazed emperor.
He wouldn't be happy if he knew we were snooping around.
I know the risks. I don't fear him. Do you wish to know anything else?
Ganz nebenbei, ich meine, wir sind ja hier, wie gesagt, um 1900 irgendwas, ne? Da fand ich ein bisschen interessant. War zu der Zeit schon Frauen als Doktor, war das angesehen? Ich meine, ist ja jetzt nicht meine Meinung, aber das war ja damals so tatsächlich.
I found a file bearing Sarah Hawkins' name in the Institute's basement.
It makes sense. A powerful family like the Hawkins had the means to hide such a disgrace.
But everyone knows the Fullers have been taking care of the Hawkins for at least a generation. And all were aware of Mrs. Hawkins' fragility.
Perhaps, but no one would allow a psychiatric internment.
From what I read in the file, Fuller used her as a subject of his experiments.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins, subjects of Dr. Fuller. Why those two?
Dr. Fuller seems to be leaving a trail of corpses. Not to mention those strange machines, chains, and tools of all kind.
Yes, I've been telling you that Fuller uses his patients as guinea pigs.
What I saw was more akin to torture than medicine.
Do you even hear what you're saying? Dr. Fuller is highly respected.
It's the truth, Ethan, and I'll prove it to you. I'm listening, Mr. Pierce.
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here? This makes no sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs. Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
You're right. Without a plausible explanation for what I saw, let's not jump to conclusions.
That seems wise indeed.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis's widow. Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
I'll do my best.
The other night's events are still confused in my head.
Let us go now and learn the truth about what's happening on this island.
Wohnsitz der Sanders. Pierce, Colden und Bradley beschlossen, den Fall Sarah Hawkins gemeinsam zu lösen. Sie haben eine neue Spur, der sie nachgehen. Francis Sanders, ein Kunstsammler und Freund der Malerin, der direkt vor Pierce starb. Der Detective geht zu dessen Haus, um mit seiner Witwe über den Schlurfer zu sprechen, den der Mann vor seinem Tod erwähnte. Sorry. Deswegen sollte ich nichts vorlesen. Ja, die Ereignisse überschlagen sich ja hier so ein bisschen oder haben sich so ein bisschen überschlagen. Warum Bradley am Leben ist, keine Ahnung. Irgendwie ist man dann aber auch so ratzfatz durch diese Irrenanstalt durchgerannt, ohne wirklich alles zu erforschen, obwohl wir, wie ich denke, zumindest alles gemacht haben. Cthulhu.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me here.
Well, well, look who's here. You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, Detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me. May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings. Please forgive my tone. The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes. Did you not do anything to help him?
It's terrible what happened to your husband, but I had nothing to do with it. I was injured, and I came across him in the hospital quite by chance.
Injured? Well, I'm delighted to see you in such fine fettle, Detective. Not everybody enjoyed such a prompt recovery.
I suppose Fuller does do miracles now and again.
Luck is obviously very kind to you. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it...
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long. Did she really care for him after all? The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives. Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even? A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell a painting? He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom? She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Hier, ich durchsuche mal eben deine komplette Bude, ne, Eule? Ist ja alles so.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes. I can't take any more. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Okay, weiß nicht, ob ich mir so ein Bild aufhängen würde.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Egal, ich packe hier alles in meine Tasche rein. Der Wal und der Dorsch.
I could use one of those.
Ich hätte mal gerne irgendwo wieder so ein Ding, wo ich meine Lampe mit auffüllen kann.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing. An old diary.
Läuft bei uns. Oh, und wir haben wieder eine ganze Menge Punkte zum Vergeben. Oh, da hat sich ja wieder ganz schön was zusammengetan hier, ne? Charles Hawkins, 41. Marie Colton, Ärztin. Verstorben. Ja, Dr. Fuller, das ist ein ganz merkwürdiger. Und die hat auch einiges zu verbergen. Mein erster Gedanke übrigens war hier, ne, boah geil, ne, so ein Mundschutz, ne, mit dem Cthulhu drauf. Das hätte was. Dimensionsschlurfer. Der Dimensionsschlurfer kommt aus einer dunklen und unwirtlichen Dimension. Ich habe erst unwirtschaftlichen gelesen. In der die Nahrungsknappheit ihn in einem dauerhaften Hungerzustand hält. Ne, mal eben schnell alle Hinweise hier nochmal durchklicken. Krankenakte von bla bla bla. Einweisungsantrag. Krankenakte. Schlüssel zur Galerie. Die versunkene Stadt. Ritual haben wir auch gesehen. Ich frage mich, was das hier bedeutet. Makabre Entdeckung. Der Tod von Francis Sanders. Ja, du kommst auch noch dran, Mädchen, aber erstmal... Zu dir komme ich dann gleich. Würde ich mir auch hinstellen. Wie?
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
So, ich würde mir jetzt erstmal...
The man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Ich würde erstmal die Galerie so ein bisschen außen vor lassen. Ah, okay, danke. Beziehungsweise das Bild und würde mich jetzt hier erstmal einmal ganz kurz umgucken. Ja, überall mal so einen Blick drauf werfen.
The public entrance to the gallery.
Und hier haben sie sich dann gedacht, hier stellen sie gleich 2 davon hin.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Ja, nur so ganz uninteressant ist es ja nicht, ne? Wobei, ich frage mich, warum die hier, warum hat er sich hier einen Stein an die Wand gehangen? Nun gut, gehen wir uns den Schlürfer hier mal angucken.
What the hell